Hello everyone, Jack Small Animation Station back again to you all again with another video, and today's not going to be very fun. Because yes, we have 2 more Spongebob episodes to review today, but unfortunately one of them is our first atrociously bad one. But first up we have a good one with Home Sweet Pineapple, but then we have to deal with an atrocity that is pizza delivery. An overrated, overhyped trash heap of an episode. I'm gonna tell you why, but first, before we get into the cavalcade of crap, let's begin with Home Sweet Pineapple. Okay, here we are at Home Sweet Pineapple, Season 1, Episode 11. The plot is that SpongeBob's house gets eaten by nematodes, so now he has to either find a way to keep staying where he is, or move back to his parents' house. What I like about this episode is it's one of the only SpongeBob episodes that has stakes to it. You know, because SpongeBob actually has to face the fear of moving out. It's a very realistic and interesting stakes here. It also has some pretty funny, recognizable moments, including the highlight that I'm going to get to shortly. And I do like a lot of the show, and once again I can say for once the deity animation is not a con. So, yep, the animation is actually quite decent on this one, so I'm going to cut slack this time. But there are cons. Squidward is way too mean-spirited for my liking. I get that he hates SpongeBob. I get that, but he doesn't hate him to the point of actively celebrating whenever he starts to leave, because he's shown in other episodes, even in the atrocious one we're going to talk about next, he shows that he cares about SpongeBob. But in this one, he acts like he doesn't at all care, and it's a little jarring. And also, while this has a lot of fun, memorable comedic moments, it does put a very small focus on the actual story and the stakes. It's like mentioned every now and then in a couple different scenes, so yeah, those are the only cons I have with it. The highlight is the building montage. It's funny, specifically the part where Patrick keeps hitting himself either with a hammer or gets hit with a piece of wood, and then keeps moving it so that he still keeps getting whacked by pieces of wood. It is funny, it is the best moment of the episode, and I think it gives a final verdict of 7 out of 10. I think it's a good episode. I think it's one that's worth watching, and I do recommend it. Now, let's go from good to bad and talk about pizza delivery. The one that's gonna get me loads of hate from all sides of the SpongeBob fan. Okay, turns out I got this backwards. It's supposed to be the other way around, but you know what? I wanted to start with something good before I start ranting, because this episode is bad. It's really bad. I know a lot of people consider this one a classic, but I don't see it. There are good moments in it, yes, there are good things. So I'm going to talk about the good first, because there's a lot of bad to get through. Let's start with the fact that it does have some funny, memorable moments, just like Home Sweet Pineapple. And it also has the highlight, which is the boulder. The moving boulder that runs like a car. It's funny and very, very interesting. And I do like the ending where Squidward stands up for SpongeBob to a butthole customer. But now we have a lot of cons to get through here. Like, a lot. First up, let's get the obvious one out of the way, the one you guys all know I'm gonna say, and one that I have to go back to saying now for bad episodes like this. The deity animation. And this is the worst case of it that I've seen out of this entire season so far. I am not lying to you. It is so choppy, it is so horrible, it is so amateur, and it is just so bad in this episode. I cannot stand it. It is so bad. And then, yes, there are memorable moments and jokes, but that's all the episode is. Memorable moments and jokes. That's it. The story is literally put in the background. It works with Home Sweet Pineapple because it actually has good jokes to tell. Here, there is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yes, there's the hitchhiking scene. Yes, there's the part with arguing with the pizza. And yes, there are some parts that I do like about it. But so much of it is boring, put out, and just so badly executed. The beginning was slow as heck. I get Squidward getting karma for being an idiot. I get that. That's fine. But this does not work at all. It's just a bunch of jokes put together. And the Krusty Krab pizza song. My gosh, how did anyone like that? It is so ear-grating, it is so annoying, and I cringe every time I have to hear it. And every time I watch it, that I don't have to do it for a review show like this, I mute it, or just skip the part entirely. Because it is so freaking bad. And on top of that, the fact that the story doesn't come back into play until like halfway through the episode, and it only matters for the most part at the end. That is not how you execute this type of episode. And like I said, the highlight is the boulder, specifically Squidward getting run over with it. But there are so many parts of this episode I just flat out hate. This is an episode that may be a classic to a lot of you people, but to me, it is not. It is the worst episode that I have reviewed of this show thus far, and I think it deserves nothing more than a final verdict of 2 out of 10. This episode is overrated garbage. The dated animation, the sloppy story, and the fact that it is nothing but jokes. That is literally it. I know a lot of people are going to give me flack for this, but I do not care right now. This episode is garbage, and it is one of the worst of Season 1. I hate this episode. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So let's move on to the final thoughts and rankings before I throw my phone across the room. Once again, we have a pretty big gap between the first and second spot. And once again, the second spot is shame. But it is the worst kind of shame. Because it is pizza delivery, which is an abomination of an episode. If you guys like it, fine. I can find it to be an okay episode for people who are not critical like me. But people like me, well, not even people like me, I'm just alone on this one, aren't I? I probably am. I hate this freaking episode. And all the praise I've seen thrown at it, it is not at all deserved. It has its good moments, sure, but it's overall a cluttered, disjointed, sloppily animated mess. That means an easy win for this week for Home Sweet Pineapple. That is a good episode. It has some of the same flaws as Pizza Delivery. It's just joke after joke after joke. I get that. But this one it actually works because it's not boring, the jokes aren't repetitive, and the story is still somewhat there. Which is obviously what puts it at a 7 out of 10, and what did put it above Pizza Delivery in the end. So yeah, Pizza Delivery. Piece of crap episode. And Home Sweet Pineapple easily walks away with a win on this one. And hopefully next week, it'll be a lot better. Until then, I'm Jackson of Animation Station. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, Animation Station is your one-stop destination. And until the next SpongeBob review, my friends, peace.